Hey there everyone, I hope you're all having a great day. My name is Susan Arndt. I'm an independent consultant with Pampered Chef, and I am going to show you how to make a really fun, quick and easy version of a chocolate cake instead of frosting. This is going to be a Pampered Chef recipe that I had from many years ago. I don't know if anybody else has ever ordered the flan pan sets from Pampered Chef, an item that they had way back in the day. It came in a set of two. They were metal, round, and you would make a cake mix in them, but they had an indent that it would create, and then you'd fill it with a very wonderful, yummy mixture of pudding and Cool Whip. And that is what I'm going to be doing today. We no longer have the flan pan sets available, but I am going to use my bar stone pan and see how that goes. I haven't done it yet. I think it'll be really fun to just have a thinner layer, cut them up in little squares, put them in a bowl, and put the topping on with some extra whipped cream. I do have some white chocolate chips I think would be fun to add too, and this would be something you could make up individual cups ahead of time if you had someplace you were going, and you could have lids on them, and just something fun and easy. And if you have kids, they would certainly love them too. So very easy. You would just prepare a cake mix according to the directions, which I know we all have done this. So basically you would just, I'm just gonna mix them up right here to show you what I'm using to do this. So this is our small batter bowl. We do have a larger one that I'm going to use when I make the frosting mixture. It's not really frosting, it's more like a mousse actually, but we'll use it kind of as frosting. So basically you would take the cake mix and then add in 1 cup of water, which I already have measured out here in our multi-purpose measuring cup. It's a 1 cup. I have it measured out to the top there. I'm going to dump that into the bowl. And then I need to add a 1/2 cup of oil, and this is really nice because I can just use the same one. Oops, I don't have to do that for this. If I had dry ingredients that I was measuring, this end measures the dry, and then you just push it to the measurement that you need. But I don't need that. I just need this. So I just need to pour in 1/3 of a cup of the oil. And you can see it's transparent. You can see exactly where it's filling up to. I have 1/3 of a cup. Dump that in here. And next, 3 eggs, which I already have measured out into our little set of 6 8-ounce cup prep bowl sets, I believe is what they're called. Put that in here. And I love this sauce whisk. I'm going to see how this works for this. So this is really full. I actually have not made a cake mix box for a long time. I forgot how much powder or how much mix is actually in there. But I will make this work. It does say to use a beater. I'm not going to use a beater. I'm just going to get this all blended together with this little sauce whisk here, and so that you guys don't have to watch me do this, I will come back on here when I have this mixed up. It says to beat it for 2 minutes, but once I get this kind of all of the dry stuff mixed in here, then I can kind of whisk it a little bit more. I'm just trying to be careful now so I don't have powder flying all over, but I'll just keep doing this for a little bit so you can see this part and see how well the whisk works. Because you see how full I have this, overly full. But this little whisk, because you can just kind of go like this, and it's whisking all that stuff on the bottom. It's not making a mess. You can see that it's not coming off out of the sides or anything. But you can also see how it's kind of drawing it down as I go. Like right there, you can see it just, it's kind of drawing it down in there. You can help that along by giving, bringing the whisk up and giving it some a little help too. So I am just gonna keep at this here. I'm gonna just count out, since I've probably been doing this about 30 seconds, I'm gonna count out a minute and a half while I finish this up and come back in here. So you can see I did make a little bit of a mess there, but not too bad for considering I stirred that up in this bowl that technically should have been a larger bowl, but it still worked. So I just counted out a minute and a half remaining, and I think that will be good. I don't like to take my electric mixer out if I don't have to. And so anyway, I haven't made one in here yet, but I think this will work good. If it doesn't, you guys will be witness to that too. But I'm just gonna dump my cake mix in here. And so that I get it all, I will use our small mix and scraper. Works great for that. Just to get the bowl all cleaned out and don't waste any. Or waste as little as possible anyway. I'm not picky enough to get every last bit, but you can see that's really good. All right. Kind of spread that around. I am going to pop this in the oven. Since this is the first time I'm making this in this pan, I'm not exactly sure time-wise. I did set the oven for 350 like the box said to do. I'm gonna check it at 29 minutes, and that is going by the 2 9-inch round directions. 29 to 33 minutes. So I'm just going to do it at 29 minutes, check it, and see where we're at from there. But when I put the recipe in the comments afterwards, I will have the exact time that worked best to do that. So I'm going to just pop this in the oven, come back on, and mix up the frosting, or the mousse mixture. I'm not sure what to call it. The goodness mixture. So I am very surprised. I expected it to take 29 minutes at least. It only took 13 minutes. I went and checked it. I'm glad I did. I put the toothpick in there. I did it several times because I couldn't believe it was already done. I even put the toothpick at an angle, but it's just a nice flat thinner layer. So it did bake really quickly, and I think our stone pan had a lot to do with that too. It just bakes things evenly and just really nice. I'm gonna go bring that over here to show you. So this is the cake in the bar stone pan. I will let that cool, and while that's cooling, mix up our little mousse frosting mixture that's gonna just get mixed in with little cubes of the cake that I will cut up and add whipped cream and white chocolate chips too. So I took the Cool Whip out of the freezer a little bit ago. It doesn't take long for Cool Whip to thaw. This is the first time I checked it. I took the lid off and I realized when I picked it up just now I didn't check it, but I think it'll be fine. There's a few little frozen clumps, but I don't think that'll be a problem. So basically you would just take, you can use a flavoring if you have an almond flavoring or vanilla or even peppermint, any kind of a flavoring that you would like, you could add. It does say here to add a quarter to an eighth of a teaspoon of extract of any flavoring that you would like. I'm not adding any today. I don't have any on hand, so I will leave that out. So I'm just going to put my pudding. This is a box of, it doesn't really say what size to use. I am using the 5.9 ounce size. And I'm going to mix this with 1 cup of milk. And this is my larger batter bowl. This is the classic batter bowl. It's twice the size of the smaller one that you saw me use a little bit ago. I'm using the same all-purpose measuring cup, just dump that right in there, fill it to the top, and that is the cup. And also the small mix and scraper, now that I got it all full of Cool Whip, I washed it from the cake mix, but just mix the milk and the pudding. And this is really nice because you can just get that pudding scraped off the sides there. When the pudding thickens, I will fold in the whipped cream. So I am just going to keep mixing this here. This is where the sauce mix or the sauce whisk would have worked good too, to get rid of any little clumps, but I will just kind of push the batter against the sides here, or the pudding I should say, against the sides of the bowl, and it does seem to be taking out the clumps. And you do want to make sure to get the clumps out before you add the Cool Whip, because it'd be much harder to do it after the Cool Whip is in there. Just a little personal experience I can throw out there at you. And that looks really good to me. So now just take a tub of Cool Whip, get that in there, and just mix it together. And you know, like I said, this doesn't really say what size box of pudding to use, because they do have smaller ones and then they have the larger ones. I think it's just going to depend on kind of how thick your mixture will be, you know, if you use the smaller one. I'm pretty sure this would be the larger size. But if you use the smaller one, it's just going to maybe not be quite as thick. I think it would still turn out though, but this is the 5.9 ounce and it seems to be working really good. I just got to get some of this up off the bottom here. Gives you an arm workout, that's for sure. And my cake isn't cool enough yet, but when it gets cool enough, I will cut it into squares and put this all together, and we will see what it looks like. I actually have another way I want to try making it to layering this frosting filling mixture. I don't know what to call it, but in between 2 layers of cake I think would be really good, and maybe another layer of this on top. So I want to try a couple different ways of presenting it, but it's pretty much mixed up good. There you see it's nice and smooth, and I will be back on and finish it up when my cake is cool. So I have to say I'm very happy with how this turned out. This is one way that you can serve this. I took and cut the cake into little squares, layered them in one of our 8-ounce prep bowls. I have a layer of 3 cubes of cake, some of the chocolate mixture, and then I think I added 4 more cubes, more chocolate mixture, Cool Whip, and then topped it off with those white chocolate chips. Doesn't that look amazing? Cannot wait to eat that. Another idea for serving this that you could do is I cut little, just square, bigger square pieces of cake, filled it with the chocolate filling, put another cake layer on top, and added some more of the chocolate filling. If you had a chocolate bar and a grater, it'd be really cute to grate some chocolate over the top here too. Either way that you decide, or come up with your own idea on how to serve it too. Very fun. It's just a very easy, simple recipe that you can come up with your own creations with it, your own flavors, kind of put your own little style on it. But these are the 2 ways I wanted to show you, and I can't wait to try them. I will let you know how they are in the comments, but I think you can probably guess they're going to be delicious. I will put the recipe in the comments. I do want to let you know, I think I said 13 minutes is how long the cake baked in the bar pan. It was 16 minutes, but I will add that in when I type up the recipe too. So thank you for watching. Take care. If you decide to make this, let me know how it turns out and how you liked it. Have a good day.